Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. My name is Brandon Hathaway, preach at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. I want to thank you for joining me as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. Today we're in Daniel chapter 3. We're going to look at verses 19 through 22. Daniel chapter 3, verses 19 through 22. This is where Nebuchadnezzar has built this big golden statue. It's decreed that everybody is to worship this statue as this image. When the trumpet is blown and they hear everything, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego do not do what is commanded. It's always curious to me. It doesn't make mention where Daniel's at in all this, because I don't believe that Daniel would have bowed down either, right? But they're brought forward to the king, and just read here as the king tries to make them do what he has commanded them to do. And of course, that the threat is that they to be thrown into the fiery furnace, right? And so verse 19 says, Then Nebuchadnezzar was filled with wrath, and his facial expression was altered toward Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He answered by giving orders to heat the furnace 7 times more than it was usually heated. He commanded certain valiant warriors who were in his army, tied up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, in order to cast them into the furnace of the blazing fire. Then these men were tied up in their trousers, their coats, their caps, their other cloths, and were cast in the midst of the furnace of the blazing fire. For this reason, because of the king's command was urgent, and the furnace had been made extremely hot, the flame of the fire slew those men who carried up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The king got caught up so much in his own pride, his own arrogance, that how dare these men not do what I tell them to do, and how dare these men not bow down to this image that I have made. But again, it's all about him. It's all about the king himself, being the most high, being the best, being the greatest, and people obeying him. Though they're bound down to an image, it's an image he made. And so, he's the creator. He's the big guy. And because they would not do it, it caused him to be so angry. It says his facial expression changed. He was caught up in his anger, made the fire even hotter. Again, if you cast them into a furnace of fire, they're going to burn. They're going to die. But it made it so bad that even these valiant warriors were killed. He killed his own men because he was so mad at these 3. And just again, where we have to be careful with our pride, our arrogance, our selfishness. And, as we continue to look, those kind of goes into the point of Jesus that it's easier. It's easier for a camel to go into the eye of a needle than a rich man get into heaven. Here, the ruler, the king, he is so prideful, and we see time and again the king. Kings get caught up in this position where they see the hand of God. Even here, that he sees the hand of God, and he makes a decree that no one shall talk bad about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's God, our God. But that doesn't fully change his way, right? That doesn't cause him to get rid of all the idols and cause him to just let God's people go. And so we have to make sure we give ourselves over to God. And we don't allow the pride and selfishness to overtake our mindset and to cause us to put God first. Anyways, that's my thoughts for today. I want to thank you for joining me. Hope everybody has a blessed day. If the Lord's willing, I'll talk to you later.